Hello everybody, my name is Artem and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna break down some very useful idioms in English. 10 very useful and practical idioms for a daily use in English conversations or in your daily life. I'll be explaining all these idioms to you through the animated videos in order you to understand them even better. Okay, the first idiom, I'll be keeping my fingers crossed, which basically means we're saying this kind of expression, this idiom, when we're talking about something, I hope for something that is gonna happen in my life. Okay, for example, imagine you have a crush on a girl. For example, I'm a man and I have a crush on a woman, and I want to ask her out. I want to go on a date with her and, for example, to the restaurant. And I already asked her out, and right now I'm talking to my friend and we're discussing this situation. I don't know whether we're gonna be compatible, whether we're gonna vibe together, and whether we're like meant to be together or not. So, but I'll be keeping my fingers crossed that is gonna be alright because I like this girl. I'm just wishing this, and I keep my fingers crossed as a faithful gesture of hope. That's it. Okay, and our next idiom is slow and steady wins the race. I'm sure you have the equivalent of this idiom in your native language. If you're watching this, you already kind of understand what it means, but okay, let me explain it to you. Imagine a person who is rushing to do something. A person decided to go to the gym. He made up his mind to gain some muscles, to become huge, humongous, but he's in a rush. He's impatient and obsessed with fast results, with instant gratification. And it turns out that after 3 months of the training, the person looks at the mirror and realizes that I'm even not close to my goal. Okay, see, it's more about the quality than the quantity. We're producing not as much as we can, but we're paying attention to the quality of our output. Because one properly evaluated training with a good system could replace 10 trainings with impatience and desperation. Okay, the third idiom is to add fuel to the fire. Okay, to add fuel to the fire means to worsen a situation. Its literal expression, which means by adding literally fuel to the fire to make the fire burning even more. For example, two employees are arguing at work about one simple and really silly situation, something so unimportant and slight. The onlooker, another employee, decides to say something. Oh my god, no. You know, Jean, for example, Mark is right and you're not right because he's doing that, he's doing this, and he's saying his opinion, his point of view without even being asked, without even being invited to the conversation. And the Jim shouts at him, do not add fuel to the fire, you're making the situation even worse, we're trying to resolve it, get out of here. Adding fuel to the fire. Okay, let's move on. And the fourth idiom that I want to present to you is the idiom cutting corners. Okay, cutting corners. While learning English, I'm not cutting corners. While cooking for my family, I'm not cutting corners. While working at my job, and I'm not cutting corners. On the contrary, the opposite. I'm going above and beyond. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to be the best version of myself. I'm performing at the level of my potential. Okay, cutting corners means not doing your best, to slack off, not to give your full potential to something, and to kind of, you're kind of getting lazy and not performing as you could if you weren't being lazy, or kind of, if you're not cutting corners while learning English and doing your best, you're gonna have exceptional results, my friend. That's it. And the otherwise, the opposite to this idiom is to going above and beyond. Okay, and this is our fifth idiom here, going above and beyond, which I think you already understood what it means, like doing your best, performing at the level of your capacity, at the level of your potential. It could be like anything when you decide not to slack off and when you're doing your best. Okay, and the number 6 is the idiom, oh my god, it's one of my favorite idioms. Let's play it by ear, or the alternative variant of this idiom, the equivalent, let's go with the flow. Okay, imagine my family and I, we're gonna go for a trip by my car, and my wife is asking me, okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna have a great time, we're gonna chill, play some badminton and swim in the lake, but are you sure that your car will withstand all the weight there? Because one of your car tire is shallow. It will blow up or just become so inappropriate for this trip. So what are you gonna do about it? Okay, I understand your concern, but right now we don't have enough time to change the car tire. But I want to assure you that everything will be fine because I have a spare car tire in my trunk. So I have a spare tire. If we have any signals of something is not right, we'll stop. We'll pull over to the side of the road and change the car tire. Just let's play it by ear, and when we arrive there, we'll certainly change this car tire. Okay, number 7, and this is a very cool idiom. I love using this, but sometimes I just forget, kind of it just vanishes from my head. But okay, hear me out. Youth is wasted on the young. For example, imagine a dad whose son is playing video games all the time. He's not even doing his homework, and his room is a disaster, is a mess. And one time, the school teacher tells this dad, "Oh my God, we're gonna throw your son out of the school because it's a complete disaster. I'm sorry, we cannot help you because his dysfunctional behavior disrupts our discipline in the school, our reputation." Okay, that dad comes to his room and asks his son, "Okay, what's going on? Why you're behaving like this? What's about your scores? You need to study. You need to get your degree, your education. What you're doing, you're out of your mind. Dad, I'm so tired of this school. I'm fed up with all these lessons, and I just want to play video games. And I'll create my own business because I'm so smart. Let me just, my God, I'm gonna do whatever I want, play video games." Disappointed, Dad just got out of his room and said to himself, "Okay, youth is wasted on the young." Okay, this idiom means in our youth, we're sometimes wasting our time on trivial, superficial things, and then we realize, oh my God, I wasted my time. I squandered my potential, my years on something unimportant or trivial. And in 10 years, you will say, "Oh my God, yeah, youth is wasted on the young. I should have done something completely differently." Yeah. Okay, number 8. A piece of cake. I don't know whether you know this idiom or not, but a piece of cake means something is so easy to do, is so easy to accomplish. For example, writing down your goals or your plan for tomorrow is a piece of cake. Yeah, it's a piece of cake. But sticking to your plan for tomorrow is not a piece of cake. This is the challenge. You gotta be disciplined. Okay, number 9, and this is a very great one. I found it in one certain book and I liked it so much, and it goes like this: Birds of a feather flock together. The idiom birds of a feather flock together represents something like people with similar kind of shared interests or core values. They have similar or absolutely the same habits and even the same daily routine. They flock together, the same as birds, likewise birds. Yeah, they are friends, they are business partners, they are families, similar things. They just attract each other, and it's like a well-known fact, right? Is the same as saying, if you want to be rich, wealthy, healthy, and happy, make friends, cooperate, and hang out with people who already possess these qualities. Okay, number 10. It is not really an idiom, it's mostly like an expression. It will fade into dust. How I understand it, it dissolves like in the dust. Okay, let's take a look at this example where two people are having a conversation about how to overcome their fears. Bruh, if you want to overcome your fear and to ask for your advancement at your job, you're not gonna think about it endlessly. Just go to your boss, knock the door, and ask your boss for your advancement. Do not wait for this. Once you do this, all your insecurities will fade into dust. they will disappear. Okay, my friend, I've given to you 10 useful and practical idioms for daily use, and it's up to you whether you're gonna use them or lose them. I'll see you in the next episode, and okay, learn English and stay resilient. Bye bye.